All right, good morning. Happy April 1st or April Fool's Day. Although I am not going to do any tricks, no pranks on you today. However, I did want to tell you that I'm going to only be doing videos from this point forward on a day when I'm introducing a new activity or reviewing something that's important. So other days I will just post reminders, things like that. So, first of all, first thing I want you to make sure that your assignment is completed from Monday and Tuesday. That was the Indus River Valley slideshow. And I still have almost half of you in each class that need to complete it and submit it. So, if you could get that done and turned in, that would be great. If it's a problem, let me know. And then the second thing, today's activity that I'm going to introduce in just a little bit, you're going to have the rest of the week to complete this. Moving forward, my plan is to probably post maybe Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday with some different new graded content and new material. And on the opposite days, when you don't have a graded assignment, I will still post something in the Google Classroom, but it'll be more maybe enrichment activities or bonus activities, things that you can do if you're finished with everything. So, a reminder that today my virtual meeting will be from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can tune in anytime between 7:30 and 8 if you have questions, etc. Just want to check in. You can stick around for 2 minutes. You can stick around for longer than that. It's really just a question answer type of thing. So I want to quickly review the information that you should have learned about on Monday and Tuesday through completing that slideshow about the Indus River Valley. The Indus River Valley civilization was quite old, just like Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. It was over 4,600 years old. The ruins of this civilization were found near the Indus River. That's in the modern day countries of Pakistan and northwestern India. There were two major cities that were part of this civilization, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. But oftentimes historians call the Indus River Valley civilization the Harappan civilization because of that major city, Harappa. This picture is a little blurry when I made it larger, but again, you've got India, right here would be Pakistan, and here's where the Indus River Valley civilization was located. Find the Indus River, and it is right there with Harappa and then Mohenjo-daro. So people settled in this region for the same reasons that they settled near the Tigris and Euphrates in Mesopotamia and near the Nile River in ancient Egypt. They settled for the fresh water, the fertile soil left behind from flooding of the river for farming. The river itself, within the river, were good sources of food like the fish or the plants that grew near the river, many natural resources that were near the river. And then in the case of ancient India, it was well protected. Not only was the river a barrier in some parts, but you had many mountains, the Himalayas, the Hindu Kush Mountains, the Thar Desert. So there were lots of natural barriers. Like our other two civilizations we've studied, the Indus River Valley civilization, they were skilled farmers. There's evidence that they grew large amounts of food. Remember, that's called a surplus. They too used plows pulled by animals, it may have looked something like this picture, and they knew how to irrigate farmland, meaning they knew how to get water to their fields. The religion was probably polytheistic with gods that were focused on nature, but you're going to also see the modern religion of Hinduism start in this area. In Hinduism, we will learn more about starting next week. That really grew out of a collection of many different native religions. They too had a social class structure like Egypt and Mesopotamia, where you have your upper, middle, and lower classes. But in the Indus Valley, early on, historians believe it was an egalitarian system, meaning it was fairly equal, and all classes had access to their necessities. Over time, as other people invaded, a strict class system took over, and that new system was not based on equality, and it grew into the caste system, which again, we'll talk more about next week. It was likely a theocracy. That should not be a new word for you, as scientists believe that priests or religious leaders were probably in charge. However, we have really found very few weapons and no evidence of an army, so we can infer that the people living near the Indus River were probably very peaceful, and had an organized government because they had very carefully planned cities. What these people were probably most known for are their well-planned cities with grid-like streets. And grid-like, what that means, right? Almost like grid paper that you would use in math, like graph paper, streets that formed right angles. You can see even in this drawing that it looks like a well-planned city. There's evidence of plumbing, sewer systems, and even very early toilets. The people of this civilization also traded. We have found Indus River Valley artifacts as far away as places like Mesopotamia and Egypt. Things like pottery, textile, beads, and metals were some of the items traded. And we also believe these people were very fair with their trading because of their system of weights and measures. So this picture shows you how they might have used these blocks to measure goods to make sure people were getting a fair amount of whatever it is that they were measuring. So moving on to today's activity, and again, you'll have the rest of the week to complete this. You're going to see a slideshow that's posted in the Google Classroom called Life in the Indus Valley. So now that we've talked about some of those main aspects of the civilizations, like their agriculture and their government and their religion, what was everyday life like? So you're going to work through this slideshow. You're going to add information to it. Some of it's just going to provide information to you, but anywhere you see something in red, that's something that I want you to respond to. So for example, you'll start with looking at a picture and analyzing it. From there, you're going to watch a short video. I think it's about 11 minutes long, and you can watch it right here from the slideshow, or I included a link to watch it straight from YouTube. When you are finished with that video, instead of using Edpuzzle or something that's been incredibly glitchy, I really want you to just answer a question that I have for you right here in the slideshow. So you're going to answer the question, give 2 details common to the cities of the Indus River Valley. Then you're going to get into the larger chunk of the assignment. So essentially what I want you to do, I first want you to go to a website that will be linked for you. And that website, when it pulls up, it's going to be all about what everyday life was like in the Indus Valley. So I want you to read through this information. You can click on the pictures. Once you click on it once, it'll make the picture interactive, where you can click on the people, you can click on some of the items, and you can read more about life. As you scroll down, you want to read the captions. Again, each picture is interactive and that you can click on it to learn more. Once you click on it the first time, the second time it will bring up more information. You can get down here. You'll be able to see various pictures. So again, take some time really to go through this website, take a look at it. Of course, there's ads at the bottom. Okay, those are not important. However, in the future, if you want to learn more, there are different links that you can go to. And then you're going to come back to the slideshow. So the instructions, basically what you're going to do for the next part of the assignment, you're going to create a story that is based in fact, but it can include fiction, and then an illustration to go with that story. And the story will need to be about the Indus River Valley. So the instructions for the assignment are all right here on the slide. It says on the next slide, you can add more slides if needed. You're going to write a short story, at least 1 paragraph, about one of the following aspects of everyday life in the Indus Valley: homes, growing up, or life as a trader or other worker. Your story should be based on fact, but it can include fiction. Once finished with the story, I want you to find a creative way to illustrate your story. You can draw a picture, take a picture of your picture and upload it, or you can use technology to draw an original picture. No copy and pasted pictures this time. So a student today gave me the idea of this website. For example, you might want to check it out. It's called autodraw.com. And when you get onto this website, you can draw pictures on it. That is not a great picture right there that I'm trying to draw, but you can mess around. You can draw different pictures. It's even got some like different, I mean, you want some high heels, there's some high heels. You want a music note, you can add that in. You can come over here, start over, download. You can just play around with it. There are other resources, I'm sure, that are out there that will allow you to draw. If you do something like that, probably the easiest way to get that drawing back to me is to take a screenshot and to upload it into the Google Classroom along with this website. So, to wrap up what it is that you need to have done by the end of the day on Friday, you need to listen to this review, which if you got to this point, you've already done. Then you need to go complete the Life in the Indus Valley slideshow, answer any of the questions that are in red, read the instructions, complete a story about everyday life in the Indus River Valley, and then have an original illustration. It can be something hand-drawn that you take a picture of and upload, or something that you found a cool website or app using technology. Any questions, please feel free to email me. You can tune into my virtual meeting tonight. I will also have one on Thursday and Friday with any questions that you might have. Have a good day. We're already halfway there.